my bed the next morning. Whoa, I slept for a long time. I didn't even realize how tired I was. With a yawn, I get out of bed, thinking of having a square meal. I feel my stomach rumbling with hunger. I jog down into the empty diner. On the table, there's a huge plate of toast with jam and fruits. I want toast. Rui is amazing. We are always welcome with warm, delicious meals when we need it, even if it's the dead of night or 5 o'clock at dawn. I hungrily eat up, enjoying the silence of the early morning. Ah, you're early, Cheryl. Morning. Can't you tell she was enjoying her silence? Go away, you. I greet her nonchalantly, even though I see a bit of worry in her eyes. She seems eased by this and takes the seat opposite of me. You only eat sweet things? More or less. Ha, that doesn't sound like a healthy diet. Rui pays close attention to what I eat to make our diet balanced. Oh, what we eat to make our diet balanced. Eh, really? Oh, it seems we aren't the only early birds. I half expect Nova to walk in, but my expectations are cruelly betrayed. Why are you being betrayed? It's not like he did anything wrong. He didn't know that you have some kind of fear of fire. And he wasn't out to get you. He was just doing what he was told. You're being a butthole. Good morning. Oh. Cheryl, I haven't seen you since yesterday. We were all worried. Lagi walks up to me with hastened steps. The memories from yesterday came flooding back and my shoulders tense up just from having him close by. Say, are you alright? The instant he gets close enough to touch me, I abruptly stand, knocking over the chair and slapping his hand away. Lagi freezes at my reaction. Oh, everyone is already up? What's going on here? I would like to know that too. Okay. I wasn't gonna say anything before, but him being, actually wielding fire, he reminds me of Lavi from D. Gray Man. Because he has that hammer, and even the hair, I don't know, he just really reminds me of Lavi. And his name is even very close, it's just one letter. After taking a step towards me, I instinctively lash out at him, feeling a shiver run down my spine. Stay away. What? What the hell? I thought we were finally starting to get along. Now you don't even want to be in the same room as me. Ugh. I know. I know it's not his fault, but I simply can't stand it. Even the memory of those burning flames makes me quiver with fear. Did something happen? There was a little accident yesterday in training. Cheryl almost got hurt by Lagi's attack. And after that, she left without a word, and this was the first time I've seen her since then. Now she's acting like this. Tsurugi glances at them, confused, but he immediately grasps the situation when he peeks in my direction. Lagi, what's your shin? Huh? Fire? Thought so. God, this is trouble. Tsurugi rubs his temple, thinking about this disconcerting turn of events. What? Cheryl has pyrophobia. And it's a pretty heavy case. So that's why. Does this mean that it's hard for her to even be near Lagi? What? Tsurugi escapes from Kotoyo to behind the boys and nods from there. Lagi turns on his heels, probably to speak to me, but I throw the back door of the diner open, and I'm already out of the room before he can even mutter a word. Oh, I feel bad for both of them. It's kind of a crappy situation, because when you're scared of something, you're scared of something. I rarely am able to go into dark places, especially if nobody's there. Like the other day, my husband had left, and without realizing it, I had stayed in my office while it got dark, so I had to wait for him to come home before I could leave my office, even though I hadn't eaten all day because I got distracted. It was my own fault, but when you're scared of something, you're scared of it. And it's not Locky's fault that he just happens to have something that makes somebody scared. I just feel bad for both of them. Days later, I'm resting under a tree after an exhausting night when I'm called by one of our new members. Ah, Cheryl, there you are. I open my eyes to look at the girl standing above me, then close them again. Do you have some time to talk? I would like some advice. I nod. She sits down beside me and takes a small notepad and pen. I like to write everything down so I don't forget anything. Smart. She pauses, looking more serious now. You see, my ability is kind of passive, so I can't use it in fighting. That's why I'm a bit worried that I can't help out much. When I talk about this with Rosaline, she said I could compensate for it with good physical training. That's true. Rosaline herself has a passive ability, yet she is the strongest among all of us. Yes, she mentioned that, but she's always so busy, and you're the second most experienced in this field. I was thinking I should probably try using a weapon, but to tell the truth, I don't even know where to start. It would be too early to use a weapon, and with everyone busy, we couldn't even help you in choosing one. If you want to train yourself physically, first you should improve your physical fitness in general. One of our new members could probably help with that. Alright. But I won't be able to help out in the foreseeable future like this. She really wants to do something. Well, it must be hard, not being able to help out her friends. And what is your shin? Oh, let me show you. She smiles happily, bringing a finger to her temple as she keeps looking at me. Suddenly, a thought surfaces in my mind that answers my question. Mental abilities such as projection and telepathic communication. That would be super helpful, though. She could relay messages with other people. Quietly, too. I see. That's actually not bad. And what are its limits? Can you have a conversation through telepathic communication? No, I can only send short messages and images. But if I know the person, then I can do it in a 20-kilometer range and even to several people at once. It's really not an ability that can be used in a direct fight, but when working in teams, it would come in handy. And actually, it could be of help even before she trains herself. Actually, learning to use your shin at a high level would probably count as great aid too. Right now we communicate through crystals made by Rui, but they leave an extra burden on her on top of holding up the barriers. And if you could ease the burden even a little bit, that could actually mean saving lives. Really? Perhaps she could combine her powers with Rui's magic and then it could work. But I'm sure Rosaline has already realized that and is in the process of working it out. There you are, Kotoyo. The others said you skipped class. I got worried. Nova runs up to us with Risho and Remy following him. No need to be so overprotective. I just wanted to talk to Cheryl. You're in a really good mood. I'm fired up. It's good to finally know what I should do. Nova blinks confused and flashes a sweet smile. I don't quite get it, but good to see that you've gotten over that gloomy mood from before. I stand up, seeing how noisy it's getting. I'm getting sleepy, so I turn to walk away, but I'm stopped by two shouts. Thank you, Cheryl. I hope we can talk some more later. Hey, where are you going? We just got here and you just go and ignore us? Annoying. Disregarding his words, I continue walking until I hear another voice behind me. This one actually makes me turn back. Cheryl? I look back and meet Aito's familiar glimmering eyes. The boy's voice is quiet as usual, but I can hear it even through everyone shouting. And she reacts to his call. Yeah, well, you're a fucking dick. Who would want to talk to you, huh? Go away. Taking a look at Aito, I realize the cat from the other day is on his shoulder again. I wonder if eventually they'll draw that in, or if we're just gonna continue to imagine it, which is fine. It's really fond of him. Hey, don't ignore me. God, I have no idea why Reimei looks up to you. Then act in a way that makes me not want to ignore you, Mr. Idiot Sister Maniac. I tell him flatly, not even bothering to look his way when he freaks out at me, but I don't dismiss the small change in Aito's expression. Ugh, you are unbearable. Seriously, Reimei, rethink your opinion of this girl. To now, at least you admire people who deserved it, like Nova, but she's... No, don't talk out of jealousy like that. Cheryl's a nice person. That's right. To tell you the truth, I kind of look up to her myself, thanks to our fight. Fucking jerk. That's right. You're kidding. You guys too? She's totally rude, smug brat. Oh, she's totally just a rude, smug brat. Yeah, well, you're a dick nugget, so... I feel like Rachel is getting a bit too worked up over this. Is who his sister likes really so important to him? Then you. What do you think about her? He points at Aito, who takes a step back from the surprise of getting pulled in like this. Hi. Hey, answer! He's a professional at getting on others' nerves. I think she is strong. Aw. Huh? Well, I guess she does seem like someone who could take down even a hell muscular guy. Oh, he actually agreed. That may be true, but what I meant was that she's being herself in front of everyone without any pretense. She does and says what she truly wants and thinks even without knowing that other people will probably not like it, may even come to hate her. And I think that requires great strength. Strength that I would be happy to have too. The last part he says in a barely audible voice as he looks at the ground, so only I manage to catch it. I don't really get what you mean, and why are you talking so quietly? I can barely hear you. Aito looks away, petting the cat on his shoulder. Meow. The cat nuzzles its head into Aito's hand and keeps meowing as Aito whispers something to it. Weirdo. You're such a jerk. Aito's shoulder twitches slightly at Risho's remark, and he lets his hand drop while trying his best to avoid looking into anyone's eyes. That was rude, Risho. Huh? But... Brother. What is it, Reimei? Shut the hell up already. Oh, shit. That was what I would have expected. You're so embarrassing. I already feel so ashamed just knowing you're my brother. Oh my god. But you keep barking like an arrogant idiot. If someone is a brat here, it's you. Hey, you tell him. Ah, they're at it again. Do they do this often? But, and you wonder why I never want to admit that we are related. You can't just, why can't you just act like a... Oh. What? Nova's also related to them? Why can't you just act a bit like our big brother Nova? He's their big brother? Yeah, that's unexpected. I didn't know that. I glance at the tall guy, but he shakes his head and whispers to me while Reimei keeps telling her brother off loudly. She calls anyone she really admires big brother or big sister. For God's sake, I hate you so much! Why did I have to have the most uncool person in the world her big brother? What? Why is this here? What? Oh! Oh! Reimei steps away. Oh! Stupid. Reimei stomps away, steaming with anger while Risho goes pale and falls on his knees. She hates me. Oh, look on his face! I almost expect him to burst into tears, but he just keeps mumbling those words. Great. Now I'll be like this for at least a day. These silent siblings are a bit troublesome. The other two nod in sync. It's obviously not their first time seeing a quarrel between the brother and sister, more like they appear to be used to it. With a sigh, I turned to look at Aito, only to notice that he had left during the commotion. Maybe that was too much for him. Poor Aito, he obviously had something he wanted. The week passes by with a tense atmosphere as I intentionally keep avoiding Logie, and the siblings keep fighting. But probably what distresses everyone the most is the fact that the incidents with control people are happening more and more often. It almost becomes part of our daily routine to take care of at least one. And at the same time, we still can't find a reason for it. At the end of the week, Rosaline orders everyone to assemble in the dining during the afternoon. The diner. During the afternoon. Well, I called everyone here because as I've mentioned before, there are some new members who are showing signs that they might be able to give us a hand soon. Tonight, Nova, Sin, Victoria, Julie, and Lorio. His name is so hard. It's so weird. Why has he got a sister like Julie when we gotta have to have a weird hard name like Lorio? Will take part in their first night stroll with. I immediately raised my hand, knowing otherwise I would have to help out in training the others. With Cheryl. Alright. Understood. I will do my best. For the rest of the day, take a nap. You will need it. As for the others, you will have a long training session with Tsurugi this afternoon. So hurry and get ready. After a good rest, I wait in the entrance of the dorm, looking forward to what will likely be a long night. After everyone gathers, we leave the Crystal Rose grounds at dusk. Silently, we make the rounds, and as expected, soon run into some demons. Ah, these are the ones we had trouble with when we arrived. Yeah, these are the hunter-type Ankokus, one of the common demon species. We already fought them before, too. Me too. Everyone already fought them? Yeah, we've run into them so many times I can't even count. Then defeat them first, talk later. Ah, yeah. With that, they get to fighting as I watch over them. As expected, Nova fights in the front. His experience really shows. Victoria seems to have learned from our fight as she attacks with certainty now, automatically taking on the role of watching everyone's back. They are both fast learners, good at adaptation and teamwork. Glancing at Sin and the twins, who stay back for now, I realize I don't even know what their powers are. The twins appear a bit wary, like they don't want to act hastily. Okay, just kidding. I thought I had to burp, but it didn't come out. Oh, I burped. Meanwhile, Sin doesn't show any signs that he wants to take part in the fight. Suddenly, I hear a noise from behind my back. More demons. I put my hand on the hilt of my sword as I catch sight of a demon running towards me. But before I can act, Sin steps in front of me, tears the glass cube hanging on his necklace off and throws it in the air. The glass cube starts spinning, emanating a turquoise blue light. A few seconds later it stops and I can see a number shining on the side of the cube. 2. Is that a die? The light fades and the die dissolves into thin air. At the same time, a pair of long knives materialize in Sin's hands, just in time for him to cut down the demon lunging at us. Interesting. Other demons appear after the one that just attacked me, but Sin defeats him without a hitch. His moves are all agile and steady. He doesn't waver or make a single misstep. He's a skillful fighter with much experience behind his back. That's a weird way to say that. In addition, he uses those knives splendidly. However, his fighting style seems a bit rough, which means he learned how to fight only through actual fight. He manages to finish off all the demons without breaking a sweat and takes a look back at me. Are you alright? I narrow my eyes as I return to gaze, but in the end, I turn back to the rest of the group, leaving this question unanswered. From the corner of my eyes, I see the twins are still keeping away from the fight. After the previous attacks, there's a group there. Sin starts taking part in the fight, though he doesn't work together with either Nova or Victoria. Out of nowhere, a deafening roar echoes through the academy grounds, followed by a deep growl. It's coming from close by. I'm about to call everyone back when the trees a few meters from us start crackling and rustling. The shadow of a huge, bulky creature emerges from them. What is it? Nova takes a few steps backwards, a bit intimidated. Another demon? I don't answer, waving at him to come closer to us. I draw both my swords, step out of the circle of the little group, and stomp my feet to draw the beast's attention to me. It must have worked, since in the next instant the creature strikes at me with its huge fist. I kick myself into the air, its fist clashing into the ground where I was standing. I land on its arms and kick myself up again, this time standing on its back. Planting my feet on its muscled back, I get both my swords ready to attack and raise the one in my left hand. First sigil, luminous stroke. My sword shines brightly and sends a large illuminated slash into the beast's body, making it growl furiously. Injured, it starts shaking to make me get up, forcing me up into the air again. It tries snatching after me, but by then I'm ready to set off my finishing move. First sigil, luminous stroke. Just like before, my other sword shines brightly, but this time the illuminating slash is twice as large, making the creature wobble and fall forward. It slowly turns into scarlet dust. The moment I land on the ground, the bushes beside me start to rustle and dark green spikes shoot out of it. Damn it. I'm protected from this sudden attack by Loria, who jumps in holding a blade bigger than himself. I mean, he's pretty tiny. It's not hard to be... not hard for something to be bigger than him. After blocking the attack, he lifts the sword like it was as light as a feather and slashes through the bushes with it. A bird-like demon springs out from among the leaves. Don't let it escape! I shout, expecting the Ankoku demon to escape at lightning speed, but this one moves far slower than the usual ones. Victoria has no problem catching it with a single shot. That's unusual. Finally finished them. Got worried a bit when that huge demon appeared. That wasn't a demon. It wasn't? Then what was it? I opened my mouth to answer, but realized that Sin is off to the side, cradling Julie's small body in his arm. The girl appears unconscious. What happened? What happened? I don't really know myself. How did her twin not notice? This happens when we use our shin. Oh. L'Oreal answers shortly as he walks up to us, letting go of his sword. It changes into a little transparent globe, floats off to Julie, and enters her body. The girl gains consciousness back immediately. She looks up at Shin with a sweet smile. Thank you. Shin pats her head gently and lets her down. The girl trots back to her brother's side as if nothing happened. While we use our power, either me or Julie becomes unconscious until we stop using it. No wonder they were so worried on when to use it. It's really, that's a really dangerous condition. Yeah, because you have to use it to defend yourself properly, but also now you have to defend two of you. Because the other one, is obviously unconscious. After that, we continue our stroll. Fortunately, the night goes on rather peacefully. As a way to pass time, the others start asking me various questions. Cheryl, you said before that big thing wasn't a demon, right? That was a beast. A beast? How is it different from a demon? Demons have magical powers, while beasts only have incredible physical strength. It was one of the more dangerous creatures, right? That's why you fought it yourself. Not so much. You could have probably beat it together, but I was told to only let you fight weaker rank 5 demons. It's so funny when they stand together because they're making the exact same hand shape. It's weird. Rank 5. There's a ranking for demon species? Yes, the founders of Crystal Groves had formed one as a way to help us. Then those Ankokus are rank 5, and the strongest ones are rank 1? That's correct. Once I met one that was like a phoenix, I barely managed to get away from it. Was that perhaps a higher ranking demon? I met one of those too and managed to defeat it, though it left me with some nasty injuries. You defeated it? That's amazing, man. Nova smacks Sin's back, but the boy almost trips at how hard the tall guy does it. He takes a step away from Nova afterwards, looking like he doesn't know how to react. The Funkins. Funkins. That's its name? And what's its rank? 4. Yeah, I mean, if there's only 5 ranks, you figured they gotta include a lot of, their difference will be drastic. You're kidding. If that's a rank 4, then what's a rank 1 like? I look away, preferring not to answer, and turn at a crossroad to check the area around the teacher's accommodations. I pull out a bar of chocolate from the sleeve of my kimono and break a square from it. You really love chocolate. That's for sure. I couldn't live without it. That's cute. Ha, you're a cute one. Why are they laughing? After a night of fighting, we return to the dorm at dawn. Standing by the door, I wait for everyone to enter the building, but stop the last person trailing after the group's alone. Sin? Yes? I don't need you to protect me like that. I'm not some defenseless child who needs to be taken care of. With that said, I enter the building, and after my usual report to Rosaline, I go to sleep off the exhaustion from such a long night. A few days later, Tsurugi and I are called to the diner by Rosalie to discuss the progress of the new members and what to do about the incidents involving controlled people. I have decided that Nova and Victoria will start helping you out on night strolls starting tomorrow. They still have a lot to learn, but the way things are going, we don't have much choice. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to guarantee everyone's safety for a long time. With that, we can keep the barriers at a weaker state, which will allow me to concentrate more on training the new members. I will especially like Kotoyo, whose shin would mean a great advantage for us to be able to help out as soon as possible. What about the others, Sin and the twins? Oh, are they related? I don't know if I've ever seen them standing next to each other before, but their hair is kind of similar colored and their eyes are very similar colored. Oh, her nails are really, didn't realize. I was just looking for more, like, similarities. What about the others? Sin and the twins. Those three, they're totally skillful, probably even stronger than Nova and Victoria, but the twins' shin has a really dangerous side effect. At least 2 other people are needed for them to be able to fight without danger. Ugh, that's not good news. And Shin has trouble communicating and working with others. If worst comes to worst, I will have him help, but I would prefer to keep him away from the battlefield for now. I see. And now, let's get to our main problem, those incidents. I've come to the decision that we have to act on the matter right away. For now, these controlled people haven't been dangerous, but we can't tell when that will change. And the way the occurrences have increased implies that we can expect something to happen in the not-so-far future. Yeah. And we can't allow that. The safety of our situation is extremely fragile. If we have to leave this unchecked, it might crumble into pieces. But unfortunately, we still have no clue of anything about the incidents, so we will choose the only option left besides waiting. We'll set up a trap. A trap? But even if we do, will they fall for it? I will definitely have to be very subtle. That's why. This plan will be a secret from the rest of the Crystal Rose members. We can't allow the slightest chance of it getting out. I still need to get Rui's agreement for it, but I expect her to give the go-ahead. For now, please keep acting according to your duties. I will tell you the details tomorrow. Alright. Okay. Excuse me. Hopefully nothing happens until then. If it does, I'm counting on you too. Excuse me. Tsurugi and I nodded silently, feeling the grave weight of the statement. I head out early the next day, planning to attend classes properly. I walk with slow steps on the empty academy roads leading to the main building. I was the first one who left the dorm, and as there is no more than an hour left until the start of classes, even normal department students are nowhere to be seen. But this early hour feels really pleasant to me now. The silence, the calmness, and the slightly chilly spring breeze ease the tension in my shoulders and clear my head. When I turn onto the road leading up to the entrance of the main building, I notice a small figure standing idly in the middle of the road. I recognize the blazing scarlet hair that reaches down below her waist. Oh, it's her friend, Lila. I jog up to her, glad to having such a cheerful and energetic person for company. Morning, Lila. Something's wrong. What's wrong? At my greeting, I only get utter silence from her. She doesn't even turn my way. I take a step. Whoa, that was weird. I take a step to her side, taking a peek at her face. No, Lila! Lila's face lacks any emotion. Her usual cheerful smile is replaced by an expressionless look as she keeps staring into the distance with closed eyes. She's being controlled. But this is strange. Compared to the others controlled, she isn't moving, just standing in one place. For now, I will release her from this state. I stand in front of Lila and hit her lightly on the side. Then, as expected, she falls forward and I catch her, laying her gently on the ground. Looking at her, I sweep the locks of hair out of her face. I feel anger welling up inside me at the sight of her vulnerable state. Taking a deep breath and letting it out, I calm myself down. I rise to my feet. At my surroundings, from the corner of my sight, I saw a shadow behind a tree. There's someone here. I keep looking around, acting like I haven't seen anything, as I think of my next step. Go for the kill! It might be the one behind those incidents. I can't let them get away. I slide my hand unnoticeably to the knife on my thigh and pull it out slowly. The second it's out of its sheath, I leap towards that place that I think the shadow was hiding. And as I jump in, someone swiftly brushes past me. In my peripheral vision, I notice a scarlet blade in their hand. I kick myself back off the tree as he's hiding behind and jump after the figure. Our blades clash. Whoa! Who's this person? A boy, a few inches shorter than I am, stands in front of me. With piercing eyes, he examines me as we cross blades again and again. Oh shit. After several minutes of fighting, his previously sleepy expression turns into a brassy grin and his eyes start gleaming with satisfaction. Ooh no, he seems like a bad guy. Heh, you're strong. Sadly, I can't have a match with you right now, but I look forward to the next time we meet. With those words, he dodges my last attack, jumps out of my range, and sprints away. I look after him, then look back at Lila lying behind me. I can't leave her here like this. I sheath my knife and walk back to her, but before I can touch her, she stirs and starts to get up. Is she already up? I crouch down to help her stand up, but she's not better. Oh no! No, Lila! Huh? She's still being controlled? I touch her with my gloves again, this time directly on her skin, but there's no change. She keeps looking at me with glazed eyes. The gloves aren't working? Oh no. Is that the end of the demo? Demo end! Demo end! Wow, that was a good place to end it. I actually was expecting it to end an hour ago. But no, that was a good place to end it. I was wondering what kind of cliffhanger they would leave us off on. Because of course we need a cliffhanger. How, you know, that's like how you're supposed to draw people in to come back and play with them. That's pretty good. Do we have anything in our gallery? No? Oh. I guess that must be something later when they have specific scenes. Like that one. Well, I wonder, Hiryu. No. Okay. Alright, well... Thank you everybody for coming out and playing with me. I had a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to when this game comes out. I hope we can play it together, honestly. I'm gonna make sure to ask them if they don't mind. Because this is a really great work and I'm sure they want, you know, people to come play with them. But I also really want to enjoy it with you guys. Anyway, I will see you all next time. Bye!